wonderful.
Even if it ends in the death of your unborn child and its mother.
Welcome to Socially Sensitive. I'm your host, David.
I'm Laura.
We are going to watch the Game of Thrones House of the Dragon episode 2. We watched episode 1 last week. I enjoyed it. Just like the first Game of Thrones, because we didn't read the books. At least I didn't.
No, neither of us didn't.
So it's a lot of characters to get thrown at you in one episode. So it took a couple of viewings to kind of wrap my head around it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the original Game of Thrones, you start to find your characters that you like and that you start relating to, and then the names all start to make sense.
Yeah. I'm never, I guess where I didn't read the books either, I don't understand a lot of the history stuff, and or maybe some people just make that up. I don't really know where all they get some of that. But
yeah, I think there's a lot in the books, and I think like this is starting in like the middle of one of the books.
Okay, so that could be confusing as well. All right, well, I can't say that I'm going to read the book either, so, maybe, but doubtful.
Let's go ahead and jump in.
The growing alliance among the free cities has taken to styling itself the Triarchy. The Prince Admiral is a man called the Crab Feeder.
Yeah, this is the previously.
Yeah. Last week.
Shall we discuss the heirs tournament?
Queen Emma has begun her labors.
Yeah, that was a rough pregnancy. Or a rough birth.
Well, yeah, but she kept complaining. I think it was kind of a rough pregnancy, too, because she was kind of complaining. That's what, just miserable.
How is his grace?
I thought you might go to him, offer him comfort.
I have decided to name a new heir.
I'm your heir.
You have no allies at court but me. I have only ever defended you.
You are to return to Rune.
That's what Wolfie said as soon as he saw him too. He says, Doctor Who!
Stone at once. By order of your king.
I, Viserys Targaryen, do hereby name Rhaenyra Targaryen, heir to the Iron Throne.
And she's how old there?
I don't know.
I was thinking around 12, but I don't know.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
If you know, let us know in the comments. And don't attack us in the comments for not knowing.
I know, they probably said, and I should know, but... Does stuff.
It's the crab feeder.
Gross.
They said about the one, that's why they called him the crab feeder.
Sir Ryan was a strong Lord Commander of the King's Guard. He passed in peace, I hope.
His remains are being prepared by the Silent Sisters. Would like to make haste in finding Sir Ryan's replacement on the King's Guard.
With the help of the Hand, I've invited a number of fine candidates to court. All have passed fair trials.
4 ships have now been lost. The last one was flying my banner. I want to know what is to be done about my ships and my men.
The Crown will compensate you for your ship and crew and make an offering to the men's family.
I don't want compensation.
I am not prepared to start a war with the Free Cities.
What reason does the Crab Feeder have to fear us? The King's own brother has been allowed to
I don't know.
and fortified with an army of his gold cloaks.
A seat at the King's table does not make you his equal.
You have dragon riders, father. Send us.
It isn't that simple, Rhaenyra.
It would be a show of force.
At least the princess has a plan.
Why don't you take the princess to see about the new King's Guard posting, Lord Commander?
Sir Desmond Caron. A fine night, Princess.
While traveling through the King's Wood on his way to King's Landing, Sir Desmond recently brought a would-be poacher to justice. thank him for his loyal service, Princess.
Thank you for your loyal service to the crown, sir.
Sir Raymond Mallister. He was the last mounted of 3
She couldn't see. She has to be on the stool.
8 and
Do
10.
any of these knights have combat experience?
Sir Criston Cole, son of the steward of the Lord of Blackhaven.
Be welcome, Sir Criston. You saw combat in the Stormlands.
I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursions.
I choose Sir Criston Cole.
Let's not be too hasty, Princess. Fine warrior, but houses such as Prequel and Mallister are important allies of the crown.
My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat.
Of course, Princess.
Well, let us plan Sir Criston's investiture then.
He didn't like that she...
The Valyrian
That's
capital
cute.
was built into...
It is truly wondrous what you've built.
Oh, no. The stonemasons built the structures.
It's big.
Do you believe the Westeros can be another Valyria, Your Grace?
That depends whether you speak of the freehold at its height or at its fall. The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again.
Uh-oh. Look, the dragon.
Tell me, how is Rhaenyra?
What do you mean?
Well, these days she doesn't say more than a few words to me.
It will take time. It did when I lost my own mother.
There are times when I would rather face the Black Dread himself than my own daughter of 15.
15.
15. All right, there's the answer.
I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
It's only been half a year since my mother died. And already they tried to marry my father off and replace me as heir.
What if your father were to remarry? Your father loves you.
If he gets married, does that make her the heir? Or no?
He chose you for his
Okay.
heir.
I didn't think so, but...
He didn't choose me, he spurned Daemon.
Kneel with me. I find this is a way to be with my mother. I know it sounds foolish,
I don't think it's foolish.
because I thought you might try.
What do I say?
Whatever you wish.
Still
I want
picking
him
at
to
her
see
hands,
me as more than a
basically.
little girl. Mine own father does not know the language of girls either. When I wish to talk with him, I know that I must make the effort.
Your Grace.
I'm glad we could meet. I know tempers ran hot today.
I wish to apologize for the tenor at the small council today, Your Grace.
Your fleet is one of the realm's most important assets, Lord Corlys. But you must understand, as king it is my obligation to avoid war until such time it is unavoidable.
The Queen has passed. A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne, the first in its history. The king's brother, so disinherited, has claimed the Targaryen seat on Dragonstone without challenge.
At the moment, the crown is perceived as being vulnerable.
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it. But you must never await its coming. Join our families. Wed our daughter, Lena. Unite the 2 great surviving Valyrian houses.
I must admit, I haven't given marriage much thought.
They're still not talking, apparently.
It's got to be an all-day job just to go around lighting all the candles.
Yeah, but they don't do it. They have people that do it.
We should be free to speak our minds to one another.
You can say whatever you'd like. You are the king.
I loved your mother. Very much.
As did I.
But I gotta move on.
Sir Harold provided a fine field of tawny knights.
Oh?
But in questioning them, I discovered that Sir Criston was the only man among them with true battle experience.
You will make a fine knight of the King's Guard.
Today at small council,
Pay it no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young.
But
You will learn.
She still thinks she's right.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Whose finger is that?
This is our best chance to save the digit, Your Grace.
Oh. Yes.
The maggots will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
Ooh, yuck.
I held an audience earlier today with Lord Corlys and Princess Rhaenys. He proposed a marriage, the Lady Lena. to combine the strength of our houses and demonstrate my reign's strongest days are ahead. What is your advice, dear Otto?
The Lady Rhaenyra is young, Your Grace.
And uniting the two great Valyrian houses would certainly signal unity throughout the realm.
I do fear what Rhaenyra might think.
What does it matter, Your Grace? Her mother has passed. Her father must propagate the royal line.
You are the king, but I do not envy you.
Does he want him to marry his daughter?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Well, and he likes her too, so...
Right.
I don't know if he likes her like that, but... She's a little young. I didn't realize she was so young. Oh. Yeah, that's gross.
What was it like flying the Black Dread? The workers at Spice Town report hearing her song at times. They say it is a sad thing.
I imagine even dragons get lonely.
It would be a great honor to join our houses, as they were in Old Valyria. I would give you many children of pure Valyrian blood.
Is that what your father told you to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that sounded rehearsed.
What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
How old is she now? 8?
Probably.
10?
It bothers you, does it not?
My father is a king. It is his duty to take a new wife and strengthen his line.
I did not ask for a lesson in politics. I asked whether this bothers you. But I understand the order of things. I'm not sure you do. Whether it's to my daughter or to someone else's, your father will remarry, sooner than late. The men of the realm will expect him to be heir, not you, because that is the order of things.
When I am queen, I will create a new order.
Oh, I wish that could be Rhaenyra. But the men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys.
Here is the hard truth, which no one else has the heart to tell you. Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne.
The small council is urging me to remarry. Seems the realm wants for a new queen.
A good and kind queen will give comfort to your subjects. Does the small council have a particular lady in mind?
Lord Corlys Balarion has offered the hand of his daughter, the Lady Rhaenyra.
I'm sure that she is good and kind, and that she will enjoy your company, as I have, Your Grace. I asked the stonemasons to mend it.
A very kind gesture, Alicent.
Your Grace, I've called the small council to an emergency session.
Why?
I think it best you hear it directly. The Prince left a missive, which I believe might explain.
It is the pleasure of Daemon Targaryen, the Prince of Dragonstone and rightful heir to the Iron Throne, to announce that he is to take a second wife. Her Grace is with child, and is to have a dragon's egg placed in the babe's cradle, in the custom of House Targaryen. Has invited you to his wedding, Your Grace. It is in 2 days' time.
2 days.
Good.
Scorio dromon Daemon leitas.
Dromon hidrotso iles daridoros.
I will go to Dragonstone and drag Daemon back to face justice
Your
myself.
Grace. My apologies, Your Grace, but I cannot allow it. It's too dangerous.
I've assembled 20 of your best household guards, my Lord Hand. Sahara will also join us.
It's a spooky castle.
Not up on there, I guess.
I guess not.
Welcome to Dragonstone, Otto.
You're to relinquish the dragon's egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and leave Dragonstone by order of His Grace King Viserys.
Where is the king? I don't see him. Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
Sir Criston Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Lady Mysaria is to be my wife.
This is an abomination. With every breath you soil your name, your house, and your brother's reign.
Our love does not know titles and traditions.
You've come for the egg.
Here it is.
Are you mad? You'd never survived this.
Well, happily, neither would you. Wonderful.
Even if it ends in the death of your unborn child and its mother.
Dragon.
All of you, sheathe the fucking steel.
Oh, there she goes. Looks like a smaller dragon, though.
What are you doing here, Princess?
Preventing bloodshed.
Sir Kristen, please escort the princess to safety.
Take care not to startle Cyrax.
Don't take
He's
my
rather protective of me. Vedroso dari ohi ikida.
Indrari onorion daor. Ruho suttailan.
Siculant.
Razilari tubi.
She said bye.
I'm right here, Uncle. The object of your ire. The reason that you were disinherited. If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me and be done with all this bother.
That's kind of brave. Do you mind doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. Then give me the egg.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
That I was with child. Your child.
Perhaps when we are wed, we can make that true.
I ensured long ago that I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Good. Children can be such irritating creatures.
To reclaim his ancestral seat.
No one will harm you.
I have been sold as property more times than I care to count.
You're safe with me, I swear it.
You are Targaryen. You can afford to play your stupid games with the king, but I cannot.
No, please, Lord Lionel.
He's not sure if he should still sit down or not.
I have come looking for an unencumbered opinion. Ever since my name was read by the Archmaesters at the Great Council, I have felt Corlys Velarion's envious gaze staring at me.
You sit upon the highest seat in the realm, Your Grace. Proud men don't like having to look up. Lord Corlys is your master of ships. And she is the eldest daughter of the wealthiest house in the realm. She comes from unimpeachable Valyrian stock.
She is 12.
She will mature.
She looks younger than 12.
Yeah.
I never asked to remarry.
Marriage is not an obligation you can put off for long.
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
He would not be likely to take it well.
Who is he to act to me?
No one, Your Grace. But Driftmark makes for a better ally than it does an enemy. If you truly want my unencumbered opinion...
I do.
You should wed Rhaenyra Velaryon, Your Grace. Sate Lord Corlys and fix him at your side.
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
He's like, I didn't know she went. Uh-oh.
Your Grace.
She addresses her father by Your Grace.
You disobeyed me, and you acted without the crown's leave. You are my only heir. You could have been killed.
May I sit?
You went to Dragonstone.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed. A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
Yes, well...
It's like, I guess you're not wrong.
I sometimes forget how alike you both were.
The mom, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming he was talking about.
Your mother's absence is a wound that will never heal.
It pleases me to hear you say this. To know that I'm not alone.
in my grief.
I struggle to realize that my daughter had so quickly become a woman grown. But I know she understands what is now expected of me.
The king must take a new wife.
I could never replace your mother.
You are the king. And so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this, just as I do.
So he's gonna marry the little girl.
They've already, I think, announced that they renewed the second season yesterday.
I'm not surprised about that.
Good morrow, my lords. I have decided to take a new wife.
He's gonna pick the other.
Maybe. I don't know, though. He didn't ask him, though. So you'd think he would have at least asked him.
I intend to marry.
Oh, she's standing there.
The Lady Alicent Hightower.
Oh, he did choose her.
Before spring's end.
Even he's a little surprised. A little bit.
My house is Valerian, the greatest power in the realm.
What we should have said was, she's a little girl. I know it doesn't work that way that time, but she was very shocked, though, by it.
House Valerian's origins reach back to old Valyria, more ancient even than House Targaryen. But unlike the Targaryens, we were no dragon lords. For centuries, my house had to scratch out an existence from the sea. When I ascended the Driftwood throne, I knew what I wanted, so I went out and seized it. Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back.
Is he talking to Daemon?
I don't know if Daemon is gonna align with him. I was afraid that would happen.
I wasn't aware you had a king for a brother.
We're both men who have had to cut our own way through the world. We've been passed over.
Did you call me to Driftmark to remind me of my low standing, Lord Corlys?
You've heard of the troubles in the Steps.
Some Mirish prince is feeding Westerosi sailors to the crabs.
I've been petitioning the king to send my navy into the territory, but he's denied me.
It was never my brother's strongest trait.
What?
Being king.
I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
Our worth is not given. It must be made.
A little slower, but I mean, it's still establishing the
understand the characters and get to
regular Game of Thrones was that way pretty much the whole first season, really. So yeah, this isn't going to be the last first season. So,
yeah,
like I said, they've already announced that they had, I guess, agreed on this.
I guess after the first episode, enough people watched it that they were like, okay.
Yeah, it broke a lot of records for the first episode. But now a lot of that it was kind of riding on the coattails of the first Game of Thrones. So
right, so some people might have not liked it and dropped off, but I feel like when Game of Thrones aired too, there was a lot of people that watched it, but then like we didn't watch it then, but we watched it later. So I think they picked up even more people that watched it after too. So
yeah, because I had the 10 million, right at 10 million, because the original Game of Thrones on its premiere was like 2.5 million, almost 3 million. I was thinking,
they gamed, I guess, people was it.
But I was thinking that the next day the official numbers came out from HBO and all the streaming, and because this was like just HBO and their main platform, but I guess where you can Hulu has a piece, and I was thinking it was closer to 30 million.
Oh, really? Well, some people don't watch it till later. They don't watch it necessarily when it airs, and
right.
I don't know. 20 million. 20 million. Not
20 million.
Okay.
But yeah, 20 million is still huge.
Yeah. That's pretty big.
Everybody who watched it last week is probably going to watch it this week, if not more.
Most of
I
them,
had
anyway.
talked to Wolfie about watching, because I think, because he never watched Game of Thrones, but he's a huge Tolkien fan, and he likes this whole fantasy, this world. He was just so far behind, he didn't want to go back and have to go
but I think
all through
this
Game
one
of
you can
Thrones.
start watching without
Right.
having to, and then you can watch that one later if you want, because it's supposed to take place before anyway. So.
Right, yeah. Because that's what him and I talked about, watching this one. But I don't know if he has.
Yeah.
But, wait and see.
It's Wolfie. We'll see. We love him.
Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I don't, like I said, there's 10 episodes in this one. But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below what you think of Game of Thrones, or correct us everywhere that we're,
not Game of Thrones. Yeah. Or they'll correct you for that.
Yeah. Everywhere that we're off on.
And if you have other shows that you want us to watch, let us know those too, and we'll
Right.
watch. So we're adding more. So
Okay. I guess that's all. See you next time.
bye.
Bye.